Welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Rompone. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 199 in the high. What's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in, whether you're on the YouTube or the podcast app of your choice. Much love and what's really good. How y'all doing out there? Y'all doing good? Y'all chilling? Y'all in this fucking heat wave like I'm in right now, 95 degrees in this motherfucker? But we stay in the basement, literally beneath the dirt, cool, calm and collected. Excuse me, but how's all y'all doing out there? I'm chilling. I'm feeling much better this week than I was last week. Shout out to everybody with the get well soon wishes and all that stuff. Super appreciated. Much love. Still got a little bit of phlegm in my throat and shit like that, but you know, I feel a lot better than I did last week. Hopefully, if you're watching on YouTube right now, it looks a little better. Last week, I had my lights all blocked off because they were too fucking bright. Yeah, we here, we live, we kicking it. Episode 199 in this motherfucker, man. Next week, 200. God damn, 200 fucking episodes. Goes by quick when you're having fun. Let's get into a little bit of Beneath the Dirt news. Go check me out on the Deck One Dealt YouTube channel. I literally just got off with them about a half hour ago. And, you know, they do the Juggalo origin thing. They were asking me a bunch of questions. It was super dope. Shout out to Carver and Keezy of Deck One Dealt. All you got to do is search them on YouTube or any podcast app. It's on there. I'm on their newest episode, the Forgotten Freshness 5 episode. I don't talk about Forgotten Freshness 5 with them, but that is the name of the episode. Shout out to them again for having me on. It was a lot of fun. Super dope. And those dudes put out a quality product, man. I told it to them. I'll say it again. But they're one of the few Juggalo podcasts out there that just put out a top quality product. Like, they take time to put their show together with the graphics and all that shit. And you don't get none of the bullshit with them. They do a lot of album reviews. Go peep them out. Shout out to them again. That was a lot of fun doing that show. And let's get into some new music and news, shall we? Let's get into it. Gruesome. We talked about it last week. Grassroots 6 is up on all streaming platforms now. I thought this shit wasn't coming out till next week. Maybe I did say it was coming out this week. I don't fucking remember. But Gruesome, Grassroots 6 is out now. This is his third project in like 5 months. He dropped Spaz on New Year's Eve. He dropped the Evil EP on Valentine's Day. Back with Grassroots 6 via sicfux. And Gruesome is dope. I listened to it once over the weekend. And this dude's Gruesome is the shit, man. Gruesome gives you that real. He really does. He tells you, he doesn't hold the fuck back. He gives you that real. A lot of introspective shit on here. A lot of warning motherfuckers not to bring the talk shit Avenger back. If you've been down with Gruesome for a minute, you know the talk shit Avenger. And you know that motherfucker was talking hella shit. And he's warning people not to bring that side of him back out. I can't front. I do like me some talk shit Avenger from Gru. It kind of bit him in the ass a couple times. But Gruesome is the shit regardless. The new EP is fire. And you can go listen to that shit wherever you want to stream music. You can go cop the hard copy if you want as well. It is dope. Gruesome. Just bringing that fucking dope shit that he knows how to. And then we got new Whitney Peyton. There was a little bit of hiccup with Apple Music on Friday, but it did eventually make its way up onto Apple Music. It's available everywhere. New Whitney Peyton, the Audacity. I didn't listen to this yet. I did hear the couple singles that she did release prior to the album coming out. And from what I'm hearing from people, this is some of Whitney Peyton's best shit. That's what I'm seeing online. And I like seeing Whitney Peyton work with C. Lance. She got a couple tracks on there produced by C. Lance, and that's fucking really dope. C. Lance, y'all know one of my favorite producers out right now. Ben, just in general. But Whitney Peyton, her new shit, The Audacity, is out now. She got features on there with C-Mob. A couple other people. I can't fucking see it on my Apple Music. It's quite unfortunate. But I know C Lance did a couple beats on there. And a couple of those songs were actually the singles for the album, Out of My System, Over and Over. And you know what? To be honest, I don't. Whitney Payton, she's been putting it down for a long ass time, and Whitney Payton does her fucking thing. I can't front. Like, you listen to it, it sounds good. It ain't no bullshit. Whitney Payton does her fucking thing. So go peep her new album. That shit's out right now. Joey Cool is out now. Like I said, this dude's steady pumping out new singles, stays pumping out albums. And this one's called Lansky featuring Tay Diggs. Available wherever you want to stream music. Strange Music, stay fucking busy, man. They just stay busy. That's what Strange Music does, has always done, and will continue to do. Pretty fucking fresh. I don't know, man. I'm just trying not to cough right now really fucking hard because I thought I was better. I mean, I am a lot better than I was last week. Whew. But I can feel the shit in my chest still like a motherfucker. Like, when they say that shit affects your lungs, that shit affects your fucking lungs, man. I'm not even a smoker, anything like that. But goddamn, I can feel that shit like a motherfucker. Straight the fuck up. But let's continue with the strange music news. Y'all saw the cover photo for this week's episode. Mayday kind of sort of leaves strange music. They leave strange music, but they join or partner up with It Goes Entertainment with their new label, Mayday Music. They released a new single called Own Way. And it's just the next artist to leave strange music. Even though they're teaming up with It Goes Up, they're officially off Strange, but keeping that affiliation. This is how you do it, folks. This is how you fucking do it and maintain good relationships. Not saying that anybody else that left the label that might have been saying shit about the label don't have their own reasons. Hey, I can't fucking speak for them. I never, I didn't go through what they went through, but Mayday been down with Strange for what, 10 years? It's been a long time since Mayday signed to Strange Music. But now they're doing it on there. This was announced at Red Rocks. I didn't even know. Where's the fucking news on this shit? And Red Rocks was a few weeks ago, like a month ago at least, right? I had no idea until they posted this up. Like, this been announced, but it officially made its way to me this past week. And I did peep out the new single, and it's Mayday, man. Like, it's good music. It's just not really my style. It's just not really my style. Like, it's good. It sounds good, all that shit. Produced well. It's just not my style, but they're the next artist off they're the next artist off Strange. And is this intentional? Like, what we're seeing from Strange, the artists leaving from Strange, to just kind of compare it to Psychopathic. Like, ICP says that at this point, they don't want to sign artists anymore because what can they really do for an artist? Other than just kind of give them that initial push and then just kind of just let them go. Like, hey, do your fucking thing. Let's see if you can hold your own. It's what they've been doing. They've did it with Hoodoo, Light, Ouija Mac. And we all know Ouija's really took that ball and fucking ran with it. But Strange, are they purposely dwindling down or minimizing their roster? Yes, they did just sign X-Rated. Like, they just signed another artist. They probably signed him for like a 5-album deal. That seems to be the norm at Strange Music, like a multi-album deal. But a lot of they're losing more artists than they're signing. Is it intentional? Is it not? I don't know. What can strange music provide for an artist that an artist can't really do themselves outside of getting that initial push? When you sign to a label, it's about that initial exposure. Like, hey, this is the new guy. This is the person or group we want you to support, and hopefully you do. But like I said, Strange signs people to multi-album deals in general. That's what it seems like, and I just think this is a good move for Mayday. I do, even though they're leaving Strange. I think they've gotten all the benefits that they could have possibly gotten from Strange to this point. Yes, they're teaming up with It Goes Up. It Goes Up Entertainment, which is the subsidiary of Strange Music. Jelly Roll was on It Goes Up at some point. I don't know if he's still on It Goes Up. I guess I could run my Googles right now and check. But Jelly Roll was on there. I'm trying to think. I think they put out the King ISO AWACS through It Goes Up as well. Saigon was on It Goes Up. I'm actually on the It Goes Up Entertainment website. They have Saigon, Jelly Roll, and Dax listed. We haven't really heard much from Saigon since he dropped that EP. I'm pretty sure I follow him, unless he's not in my algorithm anymore. I was following him on Instagram. Jelly Roll, we know Jelly Roll continuing to blow the fuck up. Like, this he's playing arenas now. Like, he's playing an arena in Nashville, I believe. Tickets just went on sale for that, and it's like damn near sold out already. Like, this dude has blown. Jelly Roll has gone from opening up for Twisted and ICP to fucking selling out venues. Granted, he's doing the country music type deal, and that kind of music is extremely popular. But regardless, props to fucking Jelly Roll for doing what he does and just continuing to kill shit. Let's see if Mayday can get some kind of push like that with the It Goes Up Entertainment signing. I don't know if, that signing really helped or did help Jelly Roll to the extent of, selling out arenas. I don't know. I don't know the connections that these dudes have, but regardless, Mayday is off Strange, kind of. They partnered up with the subsidiary, but they're doing their own thing, man. And they've been doing tours on their own. If anything, you're just going to get more. You're just going to hear more Mayday. Because when you're on Strange Music, when you're on a label, when you're on a Strange Music, when you're on a Psychopathic, when you're on an M&E, you're competing with all the other artists on that record label. Like, you have to wait to put out an album. Like, no, this artist is putting out an album next month. Month after that, so-and-so. We can't put your shit out until October. We're in May right now, but we've got releases for the next few months. Next opening we got for you is October. But when you're fully independent doing the shit your own, you put shit out whenever the fuck you want to. There's mad people doing that shit. Suicide Boys is one of those groups that early on, when they were first putting out music, they were putting out music damn near every fucking month. Granted, they were all just EPs, like short little EPs, but those dudes was pumping out music like crazy. Ouija Max stays pumping out full-length albums, multi-full-length albums a year. Call them mixtapes, call them what the fuck you want. It's all original music. I call them albums. But this is the day and age of, the digital and the music just being consumed very fucking fast. So maybe we'll get more music from Mayday. Maybe we'll see Mayday perform at the Gathering this year. Who the fuck knows what strange music artists, if any, we'll see at the Gathering this year. They haven't announced any artists for the Gathering, but like we talked about last week, events are starting to pop out. We got the Pajama and Foam Party with DJ Chunk and the Juggalesque, DJ Clay's Old School Hip Hop Show, the Violent J's, I forget what the fuck it was called. They don't have it on the flyer, but it's being hosted by DJ Carlito and the Rude Boy. And then we got the Blacklight Anything But Clothes costume rave party going the fuck down at the Gathering. Also announced this week, ICP's hunt for Big Smoke. They're going to be looking for a Bigfoot on the Gathering grounds again this year. Kind of the same deal as last year. If you participate in this, it's an extra fee. You get an exclusive CD single when you participate in this. But ICP, Violent J's love for Bigfoot does not end. And they will be hunting Bigfoot for all that they fucking can at the Gathering this year. So, not much news on the Gathering. We are getting closer. We're just a couple months away. And I would expect the infomercial to be coming soon, the artist announcement, all that shit to be coming out sometime soon. Like, I'm sure they've been working on that. I'm sure Jumpsteady been working on that since the last Gathering closed, like they always say. One Gathering ends, the next Gathering's work starts. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And of course, we'll cover that here. If it does happen, Shaggy 2 Dope has been announced for Tom Woods' The Float 2022. Shaggy 2 Dope will be in the house for The Float put on by Tom Wood, DJ Clay, Whitney Peyton, Scum, Class, Insane Poetry, all going to be in the house for The Float 2022 this year. Very dope. Be on the lookout for that. God damn, man. My fucking throat. I haven't talked this much in 2 weeks. And I'm kind of going through it right now. You could probably hear it in my voice. But I'm kind of fucking struggling right now. I was not expecting this at all. But we keep the fucking show going. And this past week on Twitter, I posted up a poll on Twitter. I shared it across all the social medias. I don't even know what made me do this, what listened to it, but I was like, I'm in the mood for Crystal Ball right now. For whatever reason, Crystal Ball from ICP's Bazaar was stuck in my head, and I listened to it. I was like, this is a good-ass song. And then I was like, I kind of want to listen to Pendulum's Promise now, the closer for the other Bazaar album. And I listened to that, and I was like, you know what? I wonder what people think the better song is from ICP, Pendulum's Promise or Crystal Ball. Like, which song do people like better? And I think it was like 90% of the votes, at least 90% of the votes from Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook were for Crystal Ball. Not really a surprise, but kind of a surprise, because to me personally, I think the Pendulum's Promise is a fucking banger. Don't get me wrong, I love Crystal Ball, but Pendulum's Promise, man, the storytelling on that song, yeah, the storytelling on both songs, but the Pendulum's Promise, man, the way the gunshots, look at me, I'm staring at my own reflection, boom, swing left, swing right, like, that song is so goddamn good. If Bizarre was combined into one album, to me, Pendulum's Promise would have to be the closer. I love that song. I love Crystal Ball too. And I love both Bizarre albums. I think they're both super dope albums. But man, Pendulum's Promise barely got any love in that poll. Like I said, not really surprising, but still, shit, man. Where's the love for Pendulum's Promise? I love that song. But what do you think? YouTube listenership, if you're still tuned in 22 minutes in, 20 some odd minutes in. Are you going Pendulum's Promise or are you going Crystal Ball? What's your fucking vote? Me personally, Pendulum's Promise is just a fucking banger, man. I love that song. The hook, everything about it. Fucking fire. Fire. And then this week we had a few albums that celebrated Significant birthdays 20 years ago. Natas released their album Godlike. This album is kind of 50-50 with the fans. I fucks with Godlike though. I love this album from Natas. Underrated in my opinion. It follows up Isham's Tongues album really well. I love that album as well. I think I put that as my second favorite album in the rankings that I did, but Godlike is super dope, man. Isham, Mastermind, TNT, all kill it on here. The production on here is fucking fire. A few of my favorite songs, the title track, the very first song, Godlike, is a banger. Love that shit. When Will I See Your Face Again is another banger, man. Swerve with me, smoke some herb with me, get shot up in a Suburban with me. That's fire. Isham was killing it on there. Get Mo Cheddar is another one of my favorites. My absolute favorite song on this album is probably See Through. The final song on the album, See Through, you got the guitars and shit on there, heavy as fuck. I love this album from Natas. If you fuck with Isham or Natas, and maybe you haven't heard Godlike, or maybe you just haven't heard it in a long time and you don't remember liking it, revisit it. I listened to it this past weekend, and man, this album still hits like it did 20 years ago. And I can't believe it's been 20 fucking years since this album came out. Like, I remember when this album came out, there was a little bit of controversy with this album as well. I think the producer, Santos, kind of put this out without Isham and, without their blessing, if you will. Like, he was just kind of sitting on this music. I could be wrong. I do remember there being some kind of controversy with this album when it came out. It was released on Number 6 Records. Like, what the fuck is that? It does say Real Life Productions on Apple Music, so, Isham must own the masters to it. But yeah, revisit that album if you haven't heard it, because it's fire. Another album that celebrated a 20-year anniversary is the Dayton Family's Welcome to the Dope House. This was their third album, the follow-up to FBI, which the first two Dayton Family albums are classics. Welcome to the Dope House is a really good album. I know some people fell off after FBI, but do yourself a favor and check out Welcome to the Dope House, because this album is hard as fuck. The production on here, I think G. Pierce and Steve Pitts did production on this album, if I remember correctly. But fuck, this album is super aggressive, as most Dayton Family shit is. And I love this song. My favorite tracks from Welcome to the Dope House would be Big Mac 11. The opening track on this album is fucking fire. I need a fully loaded Big Mac. A bitch that ain't on the menu. Like, Bootleg. I love Bootleg's voice, man. Fucking fire. Welcome to Flint. They rep Flint, Michigan to the fucking fullest. Always have, always will. And Welcome to Flint is like one of my all-time favorite Dayton Family songs. My favorite song on this album, though, is probably Outlaws. Outlaws is fire. Bootleg's verse on there is insane. Shoestring kills it on there too. That beat is that's mosh pit music, fight music by its definition. Like, I love that shit. Hard as hell. And yeah, man, the Dayton Family is the shit. I know a lot of people are familiar with the Dayton Family, but if you never checked out Welcome to the Dope House, go peep that shit if you haven't. And then another album that celebrated a birthday this week was LP's Cancer for Cure. Man, this was my introduction. Actually, false. My introduction to LP was the first Run the Jewels record. But this was my first solo record that I heard from LP. I love this shit. This shit is hard as fuck. I don't care what anybody says. LP is one of the illest producers to put it down. Like, his style is just so different, and what he does, he just absolutely kills it. And this is probably my favorite album. I know a lot of people will probably go, Fantastic Damage, but this was my introduction to LP, and Can't Secure is probably my favorite. Like, favorite tracks on here, like the previous two albums, every song, to be honest. But to pick a few, I'd have to go the full retard. I know, shouldn't say that word, whatever. Fuck it, I don't care. That's the name of the song. And that shit's hard as fuck. There's a video for it as well. Love that shit. Drones Over Brooklyn is crazy. Fucking Oh Hell No. Oh Hell No is probably my favorite. Featuring Mr. Motherfucking Esquire and Danny Brown. Mr. Motherfucking Esquire's verse on Oh Hell No is crazy. Absolutely crazy on that shit. And then you got Tougher, Colder Killer with Killer Mike and Despot. But every track on this album is fire. I love me some Cancer for Cure. It's been, you know, LP's catalog recently got brought back onto digital. You could buy the shit on vinyl. I have all the CDs. I'm on the fence if I'm going to buy the vinyls. They're probably already sold out anyway. But, yeah. So happy birthday. Oh shit, it's your birthday. To Natas, Godlike. Dayton Family's Welcome to the Dope House. And LP's Cancer for Cure. All three of those are fucking bangers, son. Bangers. Go peep those shits out if you haven't already. And then a few more songs that got dropped or projects that were released this week. Nems, he dropped his new single this past Friday called Nathan's. This is Nems on some trap shit. And while it's not my favorite shit that I've heard from Nems, it's still dope. I mean, Nems is Nems is that fucking guy. And he just comes with that raw, hard, ignorant shit. But it's not on some boom bap shit like most of his other shit is, you know. He's from New York. And he reps that shit to the fullest. Hence the title track, Nathan's. Peep that shit if you haven't checked it out. Madchild, he dropped his new album, Super Beast. It is out, available everywhere you want to listen to fucking music. If you haven't heard it already, I have not listened to the album. But I guess I got to give credit where credit is due. Madchild, people are actually receiving the hard copies that they pre-ordered of this album, Super Beast. 14 tracks, 32 minutes. That's a fucking EP. 32 minutes? I know it might be 14 tracks, but it's EP. From what I'm hearing online, it's a return to the boom bap Madchild, which he should have never abandoned in the first place. Like, that was your style. That was your shit. Why stop doing what you were good at, you know? I'm hearing it's a good album, much better than the Shane albums that he did, much better than the Little Monster projects that he did. And again, people are actually receiving the hard copies. So whoever's fulfilling the merch for Madchild now is actually sending the shit out. And again, if you pre-ordered some shit from Madchild or ordered some shit from Madchild in the past, don't ask about it. Just kind of forget about it and you'll get the new shit. I mean, remember when he said that? Before you go asking any questions, I'll assure you that you'll get the new shit. Don't ask about the old shit, but you'll get the new shit. So it seems like people are getting the new shit. And from what I'm hearing, it's pretty good. I might have to check it out at some point, especially after hearing that it's a return to form for Madchild doing the boom bap shit. I'm sure you got production from C. Lance on there. We talked about C. Lance a little bit earlier in the show. His album, he released the album cover for it. Finally, The Undying Flame will be dropping June 3rd. So not this Friday, but next Friday, C. Lance album will be out now. You can pre-order physical copies through Fat Beats if you want to support C. Lance, his new album, or just stream it when it drops. But that's fucking dope to hear as well. And then we got new Hush. Hush from the 313. He dropped a brand new track with Bobby J from Rockaway. Living This Lifetime with Rose Spit and DL Jones. I have not heard the single yet, but I thought y'all know I fucks with some Hush. I've been talking a lot of Hush lately. That's out there right now. And again, gotta plug it like I do every fucking week. The Beneath the Dirt Weekly Bumps playlist. Everything I've talked about new music-wise on this podcast this week is featured on the Weekly Bumps playlist. Follow it on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. We are really close to 100 followers on Spotify, so if you are not following on Spotify yet, please follow it. I think we're at 89 followers on Spotify for the Weekly Bumps playlist. Very dope. Thank you to everybody that's already following it. It's an easy way to stay in touch with all the current music that I talk about, post about on all the social medias and all that shit. And that's going to wrap it up this week. Much love for tuning in. Shout out to the Deck One Delt guys, Carver and Keezy, again, for having me on their show this week. Go peep them out on YouTube when you're done listening here. Much fucking love, man. It was kind of a struggle doing this. A lot more of a struggle than I thought it was going to be. But we made it. It's another short show, man. News is short, is what it is. I mean, it's quiet. This is the calm before the storm, before the gathering and all that shit. But thank you for tuning in. Much fucking love. I'm Roboto, the Beneath the Dirt podcast. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.